She costs an arm and a leg too now. I mean, I'm
Okay, welcome. I don't have Mike.
Mike. Is Mike out there?
Oh, I think
There he is.
There it goes.
Yeah. Welcome, everyone, to the October 7th Board of Selectmen Sewer Commissioners meeting. Our clerk is absent tonight. Could I get a motion?
I nominate Brenda to be clerk.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstained? 500.
400.
Oh, there's only four of us. That's correct. Selectman Savageau is absent. So with that being
Which you
said,
just
that
did
is
the
the
roll call.
That is the roll call. Selectman Savageau is not present.
How's he doing? Has anybody heard?
I was going to say, yeah, he is home, and there's a chance he may come in this evening. He was trying to get here so that he could at least get his votes counted on the warrant.
Okay. So it's possible he might be here.
He may show up.
First order of business, citizens' participation. Is there anyone that would like to address the board tonight? Sure.
Good evening. Good evening. My name's Eddie Pasevich of 42 McKinley Street. Thank you for hearing me, and I hate to bother you. I know you're all busy. But my accountant put me in for a tax credit this past year in 2007 relative to a mandated sewer connection. Now, I'm from Briarwood, and we just got sewer. I had submitted with my tax form a certificate from the sewer department showing that I did, in fact, have the sewer put in. The DOR rejected that. My accountant still thought that I would be able to apply for this credit, and he sent me some directives from DOR regarding this. And very quickly, this applies, one, if your sewer is failed. And the DOR definition of a sewer being failed is that if it's causing an environmental problem. I think we all know the environmental problems we had with the nitrogen and the loading in the rivers. We were all putting in sewer right now. The second issue that had to be met was that it had to be mandated. And I think we all agree that we had an agreement with DEP which was forcing us to implement the sewer along the waterways throughout the town of Wareham. This tax credit is $6,000 spread over 4 years, or $1,500 per year. And for me, it was $685 this past year. After the rejection, I made a request from the acting town administrator, Mr. Sanguinet, and met with him on August 19th, providing him with the directives relative to this tax credit. I called on August 29th, September 5th, September 30th. All of those times I called, I only got voicemail, and I asked the question, how are we doing with trying to get this letter from the town saying that I met these types of qualifications? I never received a return call. I went by the office September 9th. I was told that there was no action taken on the letter as of yet, and they were working on it. Well, we're October 7th now. I haven't received a letter. This not only affects me, if it is a positive decision from the town, this would affect everybody that had sewer in Weeannex Shores, Rose Point, Briarwood Beach, Beaver Dam, and all of the areas that you're currently going to sewer, because they're all under the same agreement and they're all being sued for the same reason. So what I'm asking you is to direct or ask the town administrator to provide a letter so stating, so that I can apply for the sewer connection credits.
Oh, Mr.
Chairman, if I can comment, I have met with Mr. Pasevich. I have received his phone mails, and I apologize for not getting back to him with due diligence. I did speak to him after a selectmen's meeting one night as I was walking out, and I told him I had not forgotten about his request, and that with the warrant, the budget issues, trying to get ready for this town meeting, due to the deadlines in place in the charter, I've been unable to create that letter. I plan on creating the letter by the end of the week, and you should have it on Monday.
Mr. Chairman, if I might, can I ask two questions here, if you don't mind, please? Mr. Pasevich, you get the letter from the town that says it was like a mandated thing, or however it's going to be worded. Everybody that hooked up is eligible for that tax credit of?
Everybody that hooked up under those conditions, one, that it was failed, and their definition, there being the DOR definition, is that if it's causing an environmental problem, in their definition, that's failed. So all of the sewer that we hooked into along the rivers, the Weweanic and the other rivers and waterfront areas we were doing, were causing a problem because we had nitrogen loading there. The second requirement is it has to be mandated. And that's the agreement we had with DEP to sewer those areas because those areas were causing the problems.
Right.
Yes, to answer your question, as far as I read it, everybody that got hooked up could get this credit from the state.
Oh, that's good news. Mr. Chairman, is that not the 12 areas in question, the 7 that are left, or the 5 that are left out of the 12? I mean, this is
huge.
$6,000 is huge for people that are sitting there worried about these betterments. I kind of agree with you, sir. We should do something as fast as you can.
And I have
Good luck
copies
getting
of,
the DOR to change their mind, but we should do it as fast as you can.
I have copies of the directives if you'd like them for your perusal, if the board will want them.
The only comment I'll add is it's probably something that's worth pursuing. I don't know if they'll grant it. We don't have a specific mandate that was the terminology, and I don't know if there's some semantics with the terms, but there's not like an order to sewer, but there was more of an agreement that because of the problem, that the town would undertake a plan to sewer.
Mr. Chairman, I apologize. In my discussions, in my brief investigation of this, the agreement that the town came to with DEP
Mandates them.
was either you agree to this or we will file a consent decree against the town to do it. If I'm correct in that, and I think that does constitute a mandate.
And that's exactly, as a zoning member for years, Mr. Pasevich, I sat and developers would come in, and 40Bs would come in, and attorneys would come in, and I see one in the room. And we would always kick them back to the sewer commissioners from zoning because you're mandated to do the sewer and you can't have it until these 12 areas. I mean, there's records of this and this for years that I was on it. So if it's not a mandate, then what is?
If I may also, that this particular situation, I don't know, I think Mr. Potter, you may have been the only one on the board at the time with me, but when we had the interim town administrator, he had presented to us some things that Dartmouth had done with anticipating sewer betterments and the filing for this rebate and everything. And I was under the impression that it was forwarded quite some time ago to the sewer department that they were going to have this prepared for all of our residents. So I agree with Mr. Pasevich, and as a matter of fact, I know that it was an agreement, not a consent order, but the municipality requires the resident. So it doesn't matter what our deal is with DEP, it's what we require our residents. So it is a mandate for you or for anyone in those areas. And I believe that when I had issues, when I first got on the board regarding the betterment, and I brought up, Boston College. It was a case law regarding betterments, and town council said, "Oh no, that you can do this because they have it actually worked in." Because one of the steps of a betterment is a betterment must be by choice. That means someone could opt out of it, and town council